Hey guys, I'm just Joshin, and welcome back to the next episode of our Pokemon Shield Wonderlocke Plus. Hi Banjo, how you doing? I have a doggo in the room with me today. Will that bring us good luck? I certainly hope so. If you didn't watch the last episode, if you didn't see it, well, that makes two of us. Go back and watch it. We introduced a new mechanic into this playthrough. We've been trying so many things to increase the difficulty, and dare I say, what we did in the last episode certainly did it. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I highly recommend you go check it out, because I'm about to tell you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we decided to do the third gym leader, Kabu, the fire gym leader. We thought it'd be a good idea to do it blindfolded, and by we, I mean me and my silly brain. Thought it'd be a good idea to do blindfolded. It was not a good idea to do blindfolded. As you can see here, we lost, well, like 2/3 of our team. We lost 4 Pokemon in the last episode. All that remains is this Ice-Q and this Ivysaur. And then we've got these, of course, other 4 Pokemon we picked up from the box for the time being. However, they are a little low level, that's for sure. So we're either going to want to train them up, or potentially in today's episode, as we are dumped back into the wild area here, we have many encounters that we can potentially get today. Our first time through the wild area, we only got 2 encounters. We got East Lake Axwell, and we got Rolling Fields. So at a very minimum, in today's episode, we're going to get Watchtower Ruins and Dappled Grove. Now, we have also unlocked South Lake Mylock, North Lake Mylock, and the Giant's Seat. And, well, we've also unlocked this entire half over here, but these Pokemon are definitely going to be too high leveled, I'm pretty sure. It's possible these Pokemon in these 3 areas are right about on par for where we're looking at. I'm not 100% sure, and I didn't look it up, so I'll tell you what, maybe I'll look it up during one of the Wonder Trades that we do, because I would hate to lose an encounter due to my own stupidity. So we're going to try to prevent that if humanly possible. I believe we just switched over areas, by the way. Let's put Ivysaur up front. Ivysaur can put a Pokemon to sleep. That could greatly help us in our... it is snowing. East Lake Axwell, but we are in... Wait, what the heck is West Lake Axwell? Did I already read that? Was that one of the areas that I read and I forgot? I read Dappled Grove. West Lake Axwell. Oh! This is a new area as well. What the heck is... Where does this go? I didn't realize that. I thought this was just on the lake. Never mind, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Dappled Grove. We've got West Lake Axwell. We've got Watchtower Ruins. We've got 3 encounters to start off today's epi for sure. Okay, so this is West Lake Axwell. Well, I know this Pokemon's going to be... oh, hi, Timple. Remember when we had you? I certainly do. We do not anymore. It is a wild Timple. It did not say that it was too big. That makes me very happy. I'm going to check... Oh, wow, level 12. We could have done this at the beginning. Okay, so this is an encounter coming pretty darn late, but that's okay. I'm going to Leech Seed this thing, and I'm also going to type in Cerebi Giant's Seat. And we're going to take a look at the Giant Seat, see what level stuff spawns there. If it's under level 30, I'll go for it. In the Giant Seat, we've got level... It says 33 to 38. I think that's going to be too high for us, unfortunately. So I do not think we will be getting a Giant's Seat encounter, which is pretty sad. I'll check the other area as well. Banjo, it's going to be okay, I promise you. I promise whatever you think you just heard, you may think there's an intruder in the building. I can promise you that there is not. Also, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to keep the blindfolded rule. I'm still debating on it. Today's episode should mostly just be encounters, so I'm not too worried about what it's going to mean for today's episode. Going forward, I'm trying to decide, do we want to do all scary battles like that, or just gym battles? Honestly, if we're going to lose 4 Pokemon every single time, I'll just tell you right now, I'm open to hearing your guys' comments. Maybe you'll sway me in another direction. Initial perspective here is to save it for the Big Daddy battles, the scariest ones, the gym battles. Not every single battle, not every single trainer, not even like, there's so many rival battles as well. We could potentially add that on there, but then what do you do if there's like a rival double battle, which I think happens? I don't really know how to handle that, to be honest. Scorbunny learns Ember and Quick Attack, BT dubs. I don't really know how to handle that. I am open to hearing your suggestions for how to handle it, but at least the way it's standing right now, to give ourselves a nice mix, because again, to keep the Thai food analogy from last time, I don't think you want to just go in with a 5, or you're gonna need several Tums afterwards. I think you're looking for a nice 3 to 4 on the spice scale. Something that's gonna hurt you from time to time, but that you can in fact recuperate from. I think that's what we're gonna want to do, and I think a 3 to 4 for us will be every gym battle and also the champion, assuming we can make it to the champion. I think that's a nice mix. Hi Banjo, I see you. I think that's a nice mix of difficulty for us. North Lake Mylocke and also South Lake Mylocke. I'm gonna check those as well, see what the level on those is looking like. I'm even a little bit nervous about Watchtower Ruins. Dappled Grove should be fine. I'm pretty sure Dappled Grove is fine. So I'm gonna check those while we are wonder trading. Sorry, surprise trading. Look, it's never gonna go away. We have a level 12 Timpole. We would normally put the 5 level cap on that, but since we're up to like level 29s, we're basically looking for anything lower than a level 29. Something we could potentially add to the team. Not that I dislike any of the other placeholders we have kind of sitting there right now, but I would not be opposed to getting something a little bit more interesting. North Lake Mylocke Cerebi. Let's take a look at North Lake Mylocke Cerebi, which again I could have done off screen. It's looking like North Lake Mylocke has level 26 to 28. That should be doable. Which assumedly South Lake Mylocke should also be fine. If the north is, I would assume the south is. Let's see what our encounter is here, by the way. Ooh! 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 Papacita! Alright. I love Excadrill. I really like Excadrill. The question is, will this be... Is this a new Pokemon? I'm gonna ask this every time. Is this a new Pokemon from the DLC? I don't remember... I don't remember Drillbur. Please. 29! It's perfect! It's perfect! It's right on Ivysaur! We can use it right away. That's amazing. That's such a good encounter. Banjo, please stop beating out of my trash can. No, buddy. No, that's trash. That is trash, Bubba, and I'm going to put it back in the trash can so you don't need it. That is literally perfect. That is just a better Bunnelby, ladies and gentlemen. Ground type, thank you, J-Bet. Boosted defense, Sand Rush, Metal Claw, Crush Claw, Rock Slide, and Mud Slap. Holy Carumbus. Okay, so we're making a quick change already. Level 15 Bunnelby. I'm very sorry, but this is a better ground type in just about every way. Eventual Ground and Steel. That's a nice combination right there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That's encounter number 1. That's a pretty good way to start off the day, I must say. Ooh, we're getting a little framey. That's okay. We are connected to the internet, so you know that's it's pretty tough for a massive company like Nintendo to handle. You know, they didn't expect so many people to be playing online with very static sprites. Where are they? No, there's just nothing around us. We're just losing frames. Okay, that's encounter number 1. Encounter number 2 will be this Pancham, which is not a strong looking Pancham. Let me check Watchtower Ruins as well. I'm no longer nervous about Watchtower Ruins. Oh, level 8. So ladies and gentlemen, what this is showing you right here is we missed some potential encounters earlier in the game. Am I upset? Do not circle throw me. Do not circle throw me. I should use Sleep Powder. Do not circle throw me. Going for the taunt. Does that mean I can't use Sleep Powder, or does that mean I can't use the same move twice in a row? I always forget. I'm gonna go for the Sleep Powder. Alright. We'll go for Great Ball then. You know, I'm like 20 levels up on you. It shouldn't be too hard to catch you. Watchtower Ruins, ladies and gentlemen, has level 11 to 14. What was I nervous about this whole time? We could have captured any of these. Did I check South Lake Mylocke? I can't remember if I checked South Lake Mylocke. We checked North. Thank you for the capture. Yeah, we missed some encounters earlier in the game. I'm sorry about that. However, if I would have got them earlier in the game, we wouldn't have just gotten that Drillbur. So, you know, it's, I already brought up the marshmallow analogy, so I'd like to think of another analogy about patience, but I can't think of another one. Banjo, you are eating my leg. That is a part of my body, my friend. That is my inner thigh, and I would like you to please leave that alone. Okay. we will send Just Josh and WT has a mental herb, huh? I mean, we'll take that before we ship you off. I'm sorry, friend. By the way, let me know if you can see this eyeball right here. For about 4 weeks now, I have had an eye twitch in this eye right here. I've tried so many things to solve it, I can't do it. Will I go to a doctor? Probably not, because I'm a silly boy. But I probably won't do so. By the way, still same thing here. It's level 8, but we're really looking for something under level 29 because we have a level 29 on the team, so we can use it. I'm looking for... Banjo, that's a chair. You don't want to eat that either, I'm pretty sure. Whoa, look at that cool... What? How's she got the sparklers coming out the back of her thing? That's pretty intense. I've tried so many things to stop. I stopped drinking coffee for several days. I've been sleeping for like 14 hours a day. The only one I can't get rid of is, it says try to de-stress. They can't all be winners. They can't all be winners. They can't all be winners. Maybe it'll be level 100. Carlos, thank you very much for the Lillipup. Maybe it'll be level 100 Lillipup. Haha, funny meme, funny joke. Maybe. Wait. It didn't give me a new Dex entry. You know what I'm gonna ask. Is Lillipup a Pokemon that they added in the DLC? It doesn't really matter for us, because either way, it's about to get... it's about to probably just sit in the box for the rest of the game. It's level 1. Who's breeding a competitive Lillipup? Is that the meta? I have not done competitive Pokemon. Hello, Banjo. Yes, I see you. I have not done competitive Pokemon since Gen 6? So I can't tell you whether or not... I can't tell you whether or not that's the new meta. Some Stoutland meta, but... that's, I did not expect to see that, I must say. Driftwood Blim, I'm a little nervous you're gonna have Whirlwind, so I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna go for this Duskull instead. As I check South Lake Mylock, which seems to have level 14 to 16. Wow, we could have had a lot more encounters potentially here early on. It pays to check, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, now this Pokemon's a pretty high level. Pokemon is a pretty high level. I'm nervous about a curse, so I'm going to Sleep Powder it first. Hashtag bars. I'm gonna put this thing to sleep first and then hit it with the Leech Seed, and then we'll go for the capture. I'm just nervous about it using Curse. I don't know that it has Curse. Ooh, we got Hail as well. I still think it's worth doing the Leech Seed. Banjo, you are the neediest little puppy. You dodge. He's the neediest little puppy I've ever seen in my adult life, but that's okay. He's still a pretty darn cutie, I must say. I'll go for another Leech Seed, though you're starting to make me a little nervous. You're starting to make me slightly nervous, I must say. Okay, you're still asleep. But anyway, if you have any tips on getting rid of eye twitches, preferably that doesn't involve getting rid of coffee because I miss it so much and I need it really badly in my life, I would love to hear them. I tried, you know what, people have been telling me all about, iced coffee lately. I've been missing out on the bus on iced coffee. It's amazing. It'll change your coffee drinking life. I tried it. Okay, the first time I tried it, I gotta be honest, I goofed. I poured boiling hot coffee over top of ice cubes, which is about the fastest way to turn a solid into a liquid. Those ice cubes turn to regular water extremely quickly. And unfortunately watered down the entire coffee and ended up tasting like just like pond scum. It was not delicious. It was not even sort of delicious. Not tasty at all. Double kick? Sure, why not? It was not very tasty, I must say. But that was my own fault. I owned up to it. And people say you should try cold brew instead of, or you take the hot coffee, you put it in the fridge. But other people said, no. If you want to do iced coffee, best way to do it is to do cold brew coffee. You take a bunch of coffee grounds, you put them in the bottom of a mason jar or other large container. Whatever, preferably glass, but a large container of your choosing. You put a bunch of coffee grounds in there. You pour water over top, you let it sit in the fridge for 24 hours. Then you strain off the coffee grounds. I tried that. First of all, yeah, it was pretty tasty. It was pretty good. It was definitely better than the absolute mistake I made the first time. like when you accidentally cook something incorrectly in Paper Mario, or Bug Fables. Not that you'd ever compare the two games, because you'd be an absolute idiot to do so. Totally different entities. But the second one was definitely better, but it was kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest. I had to, first of all, I didn't make a huge batch. I made like a cup's worth, basically, because I was nervous about making too much and ruining the whole thing, because it was my first time attempting it. I did not ruin it, which makes me very happy. I'm gonna go ahead and surprise trade off this level 26 Dust Skull, by the way. I did not ruin it. But I had to... Okay, I also used ground coffee. You're supposed to ground your own coffee. Keep it pretty coarse, it makes the filtering process easier. I used pre-ground coffee, which is like, you know, little 1 atom-sized bits of coffee. I had to filter it like 4 to 5 times to get all the coffee grounds, and even then I still didn't get all the coffee grounds out. So A, it was a little gritty, and B, just the amount of times I had to filter it, I ended up losing like 20% of my total product of coffee, which ended up with like 2 swigs of coffee. So I still didn't do a great job, but it's promising. I'm actually looking. His name is Pebble. He's gonna send me a Golem, which a Graveler, which will evolve into Golem. Oh, it's a Braviary! It's my boy, and he's in a luxury ball. GG! I don't know if that's supposed to be a curse. Is this gonna be a curse for us? GG as in the Nuzlocke is about to end, or GG as in we just got such a busted Pokemon, there's no way we can lose. Please be level 1. I think I have to keep it. It's level 39, which is way too high for us. We wouldn't be able to use it for about 10 levels. But it already doesn't evolve until 55 anyway, so I'm kind of down for waiting. It's got negative attack, which is pretty stinky. I'll tell you what, it's the old channel mascot. I feel like you have to keep this thing. Even though we're not going to be able to use it until we hit level 39, and that means it's not going to be directly useful for the team for at least the foreseeable future, I still think you have to keep that. So I'm going to keep that in the box. It's level 39. I didn't explain the level cap rule this time around, but it's still the same that it's always been. Whenever we want to trade off a Pokemon, we have to get a Pokemon within 5 levels. If it's over 5, so like the Duskull we caught was 26, so we'd be looking for a Pokemon level 31 or less. If it's higher than level 31, you can either re-Wonder Trade it off to try to get something. The stuttering, I can't, by the way, this is, it's not the video, I promise you. You can tell by the webcam going still 100 frames a second. It is purely this, Nintendo Online in this area is ridiculous. Machop scares me, he could have Circle Throw. I'll go for a Stunky. I'll go for a Stunky instead. This will be our South Lake Milock encounter, by the way. What was I saying? Anyway, if it's above level 31, you can either Wonder Trade it off again, or you can keep it, but you can't use it until at least one Pokemon in your party becomes a high enough level, or the same level as that Pokemon. So basically, once we get a level 39 on the team, I can pull that Rufflet out if I'd like to, and we can have an eventual Braviary. And again, since he doesn't evolve till like, what's like 56, 55? He doesn't evolve for a while anyway, so I am fine waiting on an eventual Braviary, because he's beautiful. And also, what's up, my Braviaries? You know, we got to bring that back. Let's actually never bring it back and pretend that we did. What else, ladies and gentlemen? There's something else. There was something else that was on my brain. Oh, cold brew coffee. Yeah, it was kind of a pain in the butt to make a small batch. So I've been looking on Amazon. Good old Amazon.com, excuse me? Been looking on good old Amazon.com, and they actually sell these massive pitchers. Some of them are like just giant mason jars, some of them are like actual big pitchers that have kind of like a little, basically like a coffee filter thing in the middle of them. Like it's built in, it's made of metal, and you can make cold brew in those. You put the filter thing in, you pour the coffee grounds into the filter, then instead of having to strain and filter out all the coffee grounds from the bottom, you just pull the filter in the middle out, clean it out, which I'm sure would still be a pain in the butt, but is certainly easier than having to filter it 37 times, and then you're just left with a nice pot, an entire pitcher of cold brew coffee that you can then use throughout the week. Apparently cold brew coffee is good in the fridge for like up to 14 days, which is pretty nuts. I'm not trying to become like a coffee snob, but it would be kind of nice. There's a lot of health benefits from what I've been reading about cold brew coffee because it's not brewed with heat. The less acidity is released from the coffee beans, which is better for your overall digestive health and your teeth. And also, if you drink it, sorry, hold on, Encyclopedia of Coffee is booting up. Also, if you drink it through a straw like I would do it on iced coffee, it doesn't make as much contact with your teeth, so it doesn't stain them nearly as bad, which is also a nice plus for me because I am a superficial boy and I care a little bit how yellow these teeth get. I had nice teeth for a while and then I started drinking coffee. It's also crazy to me, by the way, that I'm becoming somewhat of a coffee snob when I didn't drink coffee until about 3 years ago. It's a relatively new thing for me. Now it's Ash again. Didn't we just Wonder Trade with you last time? Did you hook us up? I think you hooked us up. Yeah, that's a great Pokemon. That's a great Pokemon. I don't think Clauncher gets enough love. Clauncher and Clawitzer, absolutely fantastic. I will swap out, I hate to say it, no offense to my son Sobble, I will swap you out in a heartbeat if this thing is an appropriate level. Oh yeah, it's an easy no-brainer. Sorry, Arozard, aka Drizzile. I'm gonna take the Clauncher, which could potentially be... These encounters are just great, by the way. It is 4:25 p.m., just Blaze, on July the 20th, 2020. 4:20 on 7/20/2020. Something magical about this time because we're getting some great encounters. Oh my gosh, it's modest! It's got Mega Launcher and it's got Splash and Water Gun, which isn't very good, admittedly, but that thing could slap eventually. Ooh, did you see him, Danny Phantom his way out of here? Gotta catch them all. Did you see that man transcend into the ethereal realm? That was a little spooky. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got one more encounter that I feel comfy getting. Hold on, let me check real fast. Because we checked Giant's Seat, which is down here, and this is too high for us. This is fine for us. What about Motostoke Riverbank? I'll check that in a second while we are getting our North Lake Mylock encounter. Look, if this is where the encounter... Ooh, the frames, help please. I'd like more than 3. Sir, please, my frames. If we could end the episode right here, and I would be very happy with the encounters we've received today. It's a nice little rebuild after the slaughter that last episode was. Excuse me, I believe there's supposed to be a campsite here? Oh, hello there. Nice to meet you. Dad, I'm Dad. Okay. Let's get our North Lake Mylock encounter. Here it is, yes. Welcome. Do not get attacked by the Purloin, because you can't catch that. But you can probably catch this Stunky, which you just fought like 3 seconds ago. It says a wild Stunky. Motostoke, Riverbank, Cerebi. We're looking at Motostoke, Riverbank. This thing's level 28, which is a very high level. I'm gonna guess crossing the river is gonna become a little bit too high for us, but that's okay. I'll still take a peek. This thing could have Last Resort, I just realized. Please don't yeet yourself. Man tried to toxic a poison type. Hopefully your next trainer's better. It's not going to be me, of course, because I am going to yeet you off, unfortunately. But hopefully your next trainer teaches you not to do that. Let's look at Motostoke Riverbank. Cerebi.net, lovely website. We're looking at level 26 to 28. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an encounter palooza. Gosh. Gosh. Where am I going with that sentence? God bless the wild area. How about that? This has been a very good episode for us. Again. Ooh, critical capture on top of it. You're too kind. Banjo, you want to be in here for every episode? I think you might want to be. Take a look at my son. Take a look at my son. Look at, oh, it's a little bit bright. You can see him just chilling there. See him? See him? See him? See him? See him? You can kind of see him. It's still very dark in my room. Yeah, I think he should be here for every episode, probably, going forward. It would make a whole lot of sense, in my personal opinion. Vise Grip. I think it'd be pretty nice if he just stayed back there at all times, giving us some moral, emotional support in order to guarantee victory for us. because these encounters have been great. We haven't had to like re-wonder trade anything yet. So like from a level perspective, we've been lucky. From an encounter perspective, we've been lucky. And we've also just been capturing everything that we run into, which is like the final layer of greatness on top of this greatness cake that today's episode has been. Now, I wish I hadn't said that sentence just now because it makes little to no sense. But that's okay. This might do. Maybe we'll save. Maybe we'll do one more surprise trade right here. Because there's a lot of encounters in one episode. Maybe we'll do one more surprise trade right here. Depending on how long this takes. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Depending on how long this takes, maybe I'll do one more. Like, we could do the one on the other side of the bridge. Or I could call it here, and that'll be it for this episode. Because I'm trying to think, in the next episode, I don't know if we'll even get an encounter. Because we'll be heading over to Hammerlock, and there's no... I don't believe there's anywhere to fish in Hammerlock. So I don't think we can get a Hammerlock encounter. We'll be going to the desert. Oh, I just realized we might be in trouble. There's a big jump in levels coming up. Like a really big jump in levels as soon as we hit the desert. Thankfully we have an Ivysaur and also an Ice Cube, which should help us get through the desert section. Bro, what's happening today? Why is everything so good? Dank! Thank you, Dank, for a Rufflet. Now here's what's gonna be upsetting, is if this Rufflet is a lower level, we could have used it right away. It's level 1. Which is pretty upsetting. Let me guess, it's gonna be competitively... It is in fact... Wow. It doesn't have Sheer Force though. I'll tell you what, I like that the other one has Sheer Force, and it's too late. We already accepted GG, so I can't not take GG. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to... It's dupes. This is dupes clause. This is the first time we've ever had to use dupes clause, but if you receive a Pokemon that you've already received before, you do not have to keep that Pokemon. You can re-wonder trade it off for a chance at something else. I think that's what we're going to do for this Rufflet because we already have another Rufflet sitting in the box. Am I a little, like, now I'm a little upset because we could have wonder traded the level 39 Rufflet off and had a Rufflet on the team right now, but I think good things come to those who wait. And I think waiting to add that level 39 Rufflet to the team when it'll be a little bit closer to evolving already will be less of a slog in the long run. So I think it's worth it. So we will trade off this Rufflet to Jordan. And what are we sending in here, Jordan? What are you going to send to us? That's got to be level 60. It's evolved. It's got to be level 60. I got a good feeling this thing is level 60. Not only because I kind of dislike this Pokemon. Okay, I like really dislike this Pokemon. But I got a good feeling you're going to be level 60. So I don't think we're going to be holding on to you. That is technically too high, ladies and gentlemen. The Pokemon we wonder traded off was level 28, which means we're looking for something level 33 or less. This is 35, which of course is just out of the realm. Stench. Sucker Punch, Faint. Yeah. Nanki, I'm sorry. I have a Poison type right now. I have an Ivysaur. He's new to the DLC, I'm pretty sure. He's never going anywhere. Hopefully. Knock on wood, of course. I would actually knock on the wood, but my dog would think, Banjus would think there's a lovely human being at the front door, maybe trying to sell me something or convert me to Mormonism or something along those lines, and he would go sprinting up there as fast as humanly possible, except the door's closed, so he wouldn't be able to sprint up there, so he'd just bark very loudly and your poor eardrums would explode, and I don't want that, okay? It's not what I'm after. What I am after is a great encounter here to finish off the Epi. It's a Chansey, aptly from a trainer named Tank. This thing has a ton of HP. Will I ever use one? Probably not, but I may not get the choice. Let's see what level. Ooh, baby, it's a 45. Send that bad boy back off again. We have little to no interest in a level 45 Chansey. By the way, is that new to the DLC? Because I gotta say, Corviknight, let's not. Is that new to the DLC? Because I must say, we did not get a Pokedex update entry when we captured one. And I don't remember it being in the base game. I think I'd remember if Chansey was in the base game. I'm willing to guess that's an Isle of Armor DLC added Pokemon. So hopefully Rion enjoys that fact. We will not be enjoying that fact. Instead, we will be enjoying Maybe it can Gigantamax. Maybe it can Gigantamax. Hello, Caterpie, the worm Pokemon. That's a new encounter. And there's like 0 chance it's above level 33. Yeah. Maybe it can Gigantamax. No. Oh. I almost cheated. I almost just Wonder Traded my boy off. I was trying to see his stats. I swear I was trying to see his stats. I'm sorry, little Caterpie. I did not mean to do that to you. Can you Gigantamax? No, you cannot. Shield Dust? Well, it's gonna look great in that box for the entire game. That's where we'll end this one, ladies and gentlemen. We did it at the 30-minute mark, so I think it's a good place to end it. We'll start next episode with, at the very least, the encounter across the bridge. I'll do a little, I'll do some more research in between and see if there's any other areas that are under level 30 right now that we could maybe get some encounters in without the, it's too strong message being shown and I cry. We'll get some more encounters next episode. We'll hit Hammerlock. And then I believe, I don't know if we're going to get out of Hammerlock. There's a lot of story stuff to do in Hammerlock, which will mean a lot of mashing for me, so I'll try to come with something interesting to talk about. But that is where we will end this one. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider showing some support down below in the form of liking, commenting, subscribing. Helps out a great deal. Share with your grandmother as always. But with that, some great encounters today, and I'm excited to see this team flourish once we get everybody leveled up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.